Alright, coin hunters and treasure seekers, let me ask you a question. Have you checked your pocket change lately? Because that little 2001p Rhode Island quarter you tossed into your car cup holder might just be worth $1.1 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single quarter, worth more than a mansion in most places. Intrigued? Stick around, because I'm going to tell you why this coin is turning heads, how to spot the jackpot, and a personal story of my own almost $1 million coin fail. Let's dive in. Okay, let's break it down. The 2001p Rhode Island quarter is part of the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program. These coins were meant to celebrate all 50 states, but some of them came with a bit more than historical pride. They came with value. So what makes this particular quarter so special? It's not just any 2001p Rhode Island quarter we're talking about. The one worth $1.1 million is a rare error coin. An error coin is basically a mistake made during the minting process. Think of it as the mint having a bad hair day. Now, the specific error here is called a mule error. It's when the coin has the obverse, or head side, from one design and the reverse, or tail side, from another. In this case, the obverse has the typical Washington profile, but the reverse has mismatched or misaligned details from another quarter design. This is rarer than finding a matching sock in your laundry pile. So, how can you tell if you've got the golden ticket? Here's what to look for. Look for the little P on the front of the coin, right near Washington's ponytail. Error details. Check for oddities like doubling on the design, weird textures, or misalignment between the two sides of the coin. Condition. A coin in better shape is worth more, so if it's been clinking around in your pocket for years, it might not make the cut. And, of course, you'll want to get it authenticated by a professional. Don't just take your cousin Bobby's word for it. Let me share a quick story. A few years ago, I found an old quarter in my junk drawer. It was shiny, a little weird looking, and I thought, could this be it? I spent hours Googling, squinting, and comparing it to photos online. I even convinced myself it had some kind of mule error. Well, spoiler alert, it wasn't. Turns out, it was just a regular Rhode Island quarter that had been sitting in some soda spill, giving it a funky texture. Lesson learned. Do your research, and don't trust sticky quarters. Now, back to the $1 million coin. Why is this one valued so high? Simple, rarity and demand. Only a handful of these error coins exist, and collectors go wild for them. The most recent sale hit a whopping $1.1 million at auction, making it one of the most valuable quarters out there. Imagine finding one and using it to buy a pack of gum. You'd never forgive yourself, right? So, the next time you're at a store, don't just shove your change into your pocket. Check every quarter like your life depends on it. So, there you have it. The 2001p Rhode Island quarter might just be your ticket to financial freedom, or at least to a really fancy vacation. Now, here's the $1 million question. When are you going to start digging through your change? And before you head off to raid your piggy bank, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I've got tons of tips on spotting rare coins, making money strategies, and, honestly, just some fun stories from the world of coin collecting. Don't miss out. You might just learn something that could change your life. Alright, folks, imagine this. You're digging through your pocket change, searching for a snack machine quarter when BM. You realize you're holding on to something worth over $1 million. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, it's not. Today, we're talking about the 2017p Mint Mark quarter that could potentially make you a millionaire. Yeah, you heard me. $1.2 million. No, this isn't Monopoly money. This is real life. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this quarter is so valuable, and how you might just find one in your couch cushions. So let's break this down. The 2017 quarter was part of the America the beautiful series. It features George Washington's iconic profile on one side and a variety of national park designs on the other, depending on the state. Here's the kicker. The P mint mark on these quarters signifies they were minted in Philadelphia. Now, before you start raiding your piggy bank, let me explain why this specific coin is worth more than just 25 cents. Most of these 2017 quarters are, well, regular. But every so often, a few coins slip through the cracks with errors or unique traits that make collectors drool. Think of it like Willy Wonka's golden ticket, except instead of chocolate, it's cold, hard cash. One particular 2017 P mint mark quarter fetched $1.2 million because of an incredibly rare minting error. The error? A double die strike on the reverse side that makes the design look slightly blurry, almost like you've had one too many cups of coffee. Combine that with pristine condition, graded MS67 or higher by experts, and you've got yourself a coin collectors would sell their soul for. Okay, maybe not their soul, but definitely their savings. Let me put it this way. Collectors don't just want a coin, they want the coin. It's like baseball cards or Pokemon. Rarity plus condition equals jackpot. And this one? It's the Charizard of quarters. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years back, I was cleaning out my car. You know, the kind of deep clean you do when you're trying to avoid actual responsibilities. Anyway, I found a quarter under my seat, wedged between an old French fry and a receipt from 2012. I didn't think much of it, but I decided to check it out because, hey, why not? Spoiler alert, it wasn't worth $1 million, but it was a minor error coin worth about $30. Not bad for something covered in soda residue. The moral of the story? Check your change. You never know what's hiding in plain sight. And honestly, isn't that part of the fun? So what's the takeaway here? If you have any 2017 P mint mark quarters lying around, grab a magnifying glass and give them a close look. Look for errors, unique features, or anything that seems off. You might just strike gold, or in this case, silver. And if you found this video helpful or even mildly entertaining, do me a solid. Hit that subscribe button and join our community of coin enthusiasts. I'm here every week sharing tips, tricks, and stories about coins that could change your life. Literally. Don't miss out, because who knows? The next coin we talk about might be sitting in your pocket right now. Hey there, treasure hunters. Imagine this. You're digging through your old piggy bank or that random jar of coins in your kitchen, and you stumble upon a quarter from 1999. You think, just another quarter, right? Wrong. That little 25-cent piece might just make you a millionaire. Yes, you heard that right, a millionaire. Today, we're diving into the wild world of the 1999 Pennsylvania quarter, why it's worth $1.3 million, and how you can spot one. Grab your coffee or your magnifying glass. This is gonna be fun. Alright, so what's the deal with this quarter? First, let's talk about the basics. The Pennsylvania quarter was part of the 50-state quarters program, a big deal in the late 90s and early 2000s. Minted in Philadelphia, these coins celebrated Pennsylvania as the second state to join the Union. On one side, you've got George Washington doing his thing. On the other side, there's the Keystone State map, a statue of Commonwealth, and the words, Virtue, Liberty, Independence. Classic stuff, right? But not all Pennsylvania quarters are created equal. The one everyone's buzzing about. It's a rare mint error, essentially a happy little accident that makes it insanely valuable to collectors. Some of these quarters were struck on experimental planchets. Think of a planchet as the blank metal disc that becomes a coin. These experimental planchets were made of different metals, giving the coin a unique color and texture. It's like the mint accidentally made a gourmet burger instead of a regular cheeseburger, and collectors love gourmet.so. How can you tell if you've got the golden ticket? Or rather, the golden quarter look for 1999 with a P mint mark. Does it look a little different from your typical quarter? Maybe a little shinier or slightly off in tone? If you've got a kitchen scale handy, weigh it. Regular quarters are about 5.67 grams. If it's heavier or lighter, you might be onto something. A jeweler's loupe or magnifying glass can help you spot any unusual textures or details. The $1.3 million story now. Here's where things get crazy. One of these experimental Planchet, Pennsylvania quarters sold for a jaw-dropping $1.3 million at auction. That's not pocket change, that's buy a mansion and a fancy car. Money. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I found a weird-looking quarter in a parking meter. I thought, cool, maybe it's lucky. Spoiler alert, it wasn't worth $1.3 million, but it was a rare bicentennial quarter worth about $100. Not bad for spare change, right? Ever since then, I've been obsessed with checking my coins. Who knows, maybe your next coffee run will turn into a $1 million discovery. So, there you have it. The 1999 Pennsylvania quarter might just be your ticket to early retirement. Check your pockets, your couch cushions, and your car cup holders. You never know where a little piece of history might be hiding. If you found this video helpful, or if you're now tearing apart your house looking for loose change, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I post tips, tricks, and strategies to help you find coins worth money and make the most of your collection. Give this video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin. Who knows? Your story might inspire the next big discovery. Alright, picture this. You're digging through your couch cushions looking for spare change, maybe for a vending machine run. You pull out a quarter, and it's a little shinier than the rest. No big deal, right? Wrong. What if I told you that one little coin could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.5 million? Yeah, you heard me right. Today, we're talking about the 2013 D Mint Mark North Dakota quarter. Grab your change jar because you might just strike it rich. So let's break this down. The 2013 D North Dakota quarter, at first glance, it's just another piece of loose change, right? But thanks to a wild combination of rarity, a minting error, and collector demand, it's become one of the hottest coins on the market. Here's what makes this quarter so special. First, it's got the D Mint mark, meaning it was struck in Denver. But not just any batch. We're talking about a super rare error batch. Apparently, during minting, a few of these coins came out with a striking anomaly. Think of it like a typo in a first edition book. That mistake turns a regular coin into a collector's dream. Now, why the $1.5 million price tag? That's where things get crazy. A handful of these error coins have been authenticated and graded by top coin experts as perfect specimens. One went to auction recently, and let's just say the bidding war was hotter than a July day in North Dakota. The final price? Yep, $1.50 million. And here's a little personal story for you. A few years back, I decided to clean out my junk drawer. You know, the one where random batteries, paper clips, and foreign coins live. I found a quarter that looked a bit odd. For a split second, I thought, this could be my $1 million moment. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. But I learned a valuable lesson. Always double-check your coins. Now, here's the kicker. That lucky finder of the $1.5 million quarter? They were just an everyday person like you and me. So, before you toss that spare change into the tip jar or a vending machine, take a closer look. You never know. Your next quarter could be your ticket to financial freedom. And hey, if you're into this kind of thing, coin values, hidden treasures, and all the fun ways money can surprise us, hit that subscribe button. Join our little community of treasure hunters, and let's uncover more coins worth money together. Hey, everyone! Have you ever flipped through your spare change and thought, this stuff can't be worth more than a coffee, right? Well, what if I told you there's a quarter, yes, a humble little 25-cent coin, that could make you a millionaire? That's right. Today we're talking about the 2000p Maryland State Quarter, which has made headlines for its jaw-dropping value of $1.7 million. Let's dive in and find out what makes this tiny piece of metal worth more than a mansion. And stick around to the end, because I'll share how my own coin collecting journey started with a parking meter mishap. Trust me, you'll want to hear this one. Alright, so let's talk about this legendary 2000p Maryland quarter. First things first, the P stands for the Philadelphia Mint, where this coin was struck. And Maryland? That's because this quarter is part of the 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. Each coin features a design celebrating a different U.S. state, and Maryland's highlights the beautiful dome of the Maryland State House. So, why is this quarter worth $1.7 million? It's not just any old 2000p Maryland quarter, folks. Its value comes from a rare error during production. This specific coin has a minting flaw that collectors go absolutely bananas over. Think of it like finding a Picasso at a yard sale. These errors, like double strikes, off-center designs, or die cracks, make the coin one of a kind, and collectors are willing to pay big bucks to own a piece of history. There's no guarantee the quarter in your pocket is the golden, or should I say silver, ticket. The $1.7 million coin is an ultra-rare, mint-condition find. It's been graded by professionals, and has all the bells and whistles that make coin collectors drool. If your quarter has been jingling around with keys and lint, it probably won't hit those numbers. But hey, don't let that stop you from checking. Let me break this down with a little humor. Imagine your coins as a lineup on a reality TV show. The contestants are regular quarters, scratched, a little worn, and not too exciting. But then, in walks this flawless Maryland quarter, like a contestant on America's Next Top Model, perfectly minted, unique, and ready to steal the spotlight. That's the kind of coin we're talking about. Now, let me share a quick story. A few years ago, I was at a parking meter digging through my wallet for change. I grabbed a random quarter and thought, man, this coin looks weird. But I shrugged it off and fed it to the meter. Later, I found out that particular design was part of a rare batch. Luckily, it wasn't $1 million coin, or I'd still be crying over that parking meter. Moral of the story? Always check your change before it's too late. The 2000p Maryland quarter is proof that the tiniest details can lead to the biggest paydays. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone with a jar full of coins at home, it never hurts to take a closer look. That shiny little treasure in your pocket could be the key to an early retirement, or at least a really nice vacation. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins worth serious money, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community of treasure hunters. Don't forget to like, share, and comment below with your craziest coin finds. Who knows? Maybe your story will be featured in our next video. When was the last time you actually looked at your spare change? You might want to start because there's a 1999p mint mark quarter out there worth a jaw-dropping $1.8 million. Yep, you heard that right. And guess what? It could be sitting in your couch cushions or at the bottom of your laundry pile right now. Before you rush to dig through your change jar, let me tell you why this ordinary-looking quarter is now worth more than a mansion. Oh, and stick around. At the end, I'll share a personal story about the time I almost missed out on a valuable coin. Let's break this down. In 1999, the U.S. Mint rolled out the State Quarters program. It was a big deal, a collector's dream, and a great way to educate the public about different states. The Philadelphia Mint, aka P Mint, produced millions of these quarters. But here's where it gets interesting. One specific batch came out flawed. And in the coin world, flaws mean big bucks. The 1999p Delaware quarter has a major error, known as the spitting horse. No, it's not a literal horse projectile vomiting. It's a die crack, basically, a tiny flaw on the coin that makes it look like Caesar Rodney's horse is spitting. Now, here's the kicker. This wasn't caught right away. Most people spent these coins without a second thought. But collectors? They went nuts for it. I mean, who knew a spitting horse could be more valuable than my car? Makes me wonder if I should start looking for a crying eagle or a laughing George Washington next. So why $1.8 million? It's all about rarity and demand. A near-perfect 1999p spitting horse quarter was graded at a super high level by professional graders. Coin collectors went into a bidding frenzy, and bam, a single quarter sold for $1.8 million. Think about that. 25 cents turned into a small fortune. Talk about the ultimate glow-up, huh? Now, let me tell you about the time I almost threw away a valuable coin. A few years ago, I was cleaning out my car, and I found a weird-looking penny. It had an odd shine to it, but I thought, it's just a penny. Fast forward a week, I read an article about rare error pennies, and guess what? That penny could have been worth a couple $100. I've been haunted ever since. Now, I inspect every coin like a detective on a crime show. Moral of the story? Don't underestimate your spare change. So what's the takeaway? Check your quarters. Look for the 1999p Delaware quarter with a spitting horse. It might not be in perfect condition, but even lower grade ones can still fetch a nice chunk of change. Trust me, it's worth the 5 minutes to sift through your spare change. If you found this helpful, and hey, maybe even a little fun, hit that subscribe button. I share tips on spotting valuable coins, collecting strategies, and stories about the weirdest treasures people find in their pockets. Don't miss out. Your next coin discovery could change your life. Somewhere out there, hiding in your couch cushions, piggy banks, or maybe even the cup holder in your car, there could be a quarter, yes, just 25 cents, worth a jaw-dropping $1 million. Sounds like something straight out of a heist movie, right? But nope, this is real life, and today, we're diving into the fascinating, and dare I say slightly ridiculous, world of the 2020D Mint Mark quarter. So grab a snack, maybe a magnifying glass, and let's get to it. Now, the 2020D Mint Mark quarter isn't just your average pocket change. These quarters were minted in Denver in 2020, and were part of the America the Beautiful series. But the real kicker? One of these coins reportedly sold for a cool $1 million. That's right. A single coin worth more than a mansion in some places. So why the big bucks? Well, it all comes down to a perfect storm of rarity, condition, and collector frenzy. For starters, not every 2020D quarter is worth that much. The one that fetched $1 million was in flawless condition, what the pros call MS68. That's basically coin speak for. This quarter looks like it was minted yesterday and then immediately bubble wrapped. How to spot one of these unicorn coins first? Check for the D mint mark, which is on the obverse side of the coin. That's the front. For us non-numismatic folks, it'll be right next to Washington's portrait. If you see a P or no letter at all, sorry, that's a Philadelphia or San Francisco mint. Cool, but not $1 million cool. Next, take a closer look. Is the coin pristine? Like, not a single scratch, smudge, or ding. You might have a contender. And if it's in circulation, aka it's been jingling around in someone's pocket, the odds of it being in mint condition are about the same as finding Bigfoot riding a unicorn. Okay, quick story. Last year, I was cleaning out my car, fishing out those rogue French fries from under the seat, and I stumbled upon a quarter. My heart skipped a beat because, for a split second, I thought, what if this is it? What if this is my golden, or well, silvery ticket? Spoiler alert, it was a regular quarter that promptly went into the vending machine for a bag of chips. But hey, the thrill of that moment was priceless, or maybe just 25 cents. What makes coins like these valuable? Now, why would anyone pay $1 million for a quarter? It's not because they're planning to use it in a parking meter. It's all about collectors. Coins like these are a combination of art, history, and a little bit of gambling. People want what's rare, what's perfect, and what tells a story. Saying, I own a $1 million quarter, is the ultimate humble brag. So, here's your homework. Start digging through your change jar, that old drawer in your kitchen, or maybe your grandma's coin collection. Who knows? You could strike it rich without even buying a lottery ticket. And if you enjoyed this little deep dive into the wild world of coin collecting, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got more tips, tricks, and stories about coins that could be worth a fortune. And trust me, you don't want to miss the next one. Alright, friends, let me ask you a question. Have you ever gone digging through your couch cushions, pockets, or maybe even that old jar of change, hoping to strike it rich? Well, if you've got a 2017 P Mint Mark quarter lying around, you might want to listen closely because one of these bad boys is currently valued at $1.1 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1 million. This isn't some random urban legend or one of those get-rich-quick schemes. Today, we're diving into what makes this quarter so special, how to spot it, and why it's worth more than your car, or maybe even your house. So let's break it down. In 2017, the U.S. Mint released a series of quarters to commemorate the National Park Service. You might recognize them as part of the America the Beautiful series. But here's where it gets juicy. At the Philadelphia Mint, a very rare error occurred during production. These errors can be as small as a misaligned die, doubling on the design, or even something called a clipped planchet, basically a coin that looks like someone took a tiny bite out of it. These minting errors make collectors go absolutely bananas. Now, you might be wondering, why is one of these worth $1.1 million? Well, that's where rarity and demand come into play. A single 2017 P Mint Mark quarter was recently auctioned for this jaw-dropping amount because it had a nearly perfect strike and a unique, one-of-a-kind error. Coin collectors love this stuff, and when you mix rarity with a little competition at an auction, prices can skyrocket faster than my caffeine bill at Starbucks. Here's the kicker. These coins are hiding in plain sight. I'm serious. I recently found myself rummaging through a jar of quarters I've been hoarding since college. You know, for those rainy days that mostly involve pizza. Long story short, I didn't find a $1.1 million quarter, but I did find a cool 1965 quarter that could fetch about $20. Hey, that's dinner money. So how do you know if you have a 2017 P Mint Mark quarter worth a fortune? Step 1. Check for the P Mint mark, which is located just under "In God We Trust" on the obverse side of the coin. Step 2. Examine the coin for any signs of errors. This could include extra lines, weird bumps, or any details that look like they don't belong. Step 3. If you think you've hit the jackpot, don't head straight to eBay. Get it professionally appraised. Seriously, an expert can tell you whether you've got the real deal or just another quarter for the parking meter. Alright, so what's the moral of today's story? Don't overlook your spare change. That jar of coins sitting in your kitchen could be a treasure chest in disguise. And hey, even if you don't find a $1.1 million quarter, you're still learning about a cool piece of history. Plus, it's way more exciting than scrolling TikTok for the 12th time today. Now, before you go tearing apart your couch cushions, here's my challenge to you. Go through your change, find the most interesting coin, and drop a comment below about what you discovered. And if you enjoyed this video or learned something new, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got tons more tips coming your way on coins worth money, collecting strategies, and even a few stories about my own misadventures with rare finds. Remember, every coin has a story, and who knows? Your next quarter might just be worth $1 million. Hey there, coin enthusiasts and curious collectors. Imagine this, you're digging through some spare change, maybe in your car's cup holder or that little jar in your kitchen, and boom, you stumble upon a quarter. Nothing unusual, right? But what if I told you that this tiny, unsuspecting piece of metal could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.2 million? Yes, you heard that right. A single quarter. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 2015 Saratoga D-Mint quarter. Why is it worth a fortune? Could you have one lying around? Stick around, because we're about to find out. Alright, so let's set the stage. Back in 2015, the U.S. Mint released the Saratoga National Historical Park Quarter as part of their America the Beautiful series. The D mint mark signifies it was minted in Denver. At face value, it's just 25 cents, and millions of these were produced. So what's so special about this particular quarter? Here's the kicker. A small number of these coins have an error. I know what you're thinking. An error? Like a typo on a coin? Well, kind of. These error coins often have misprints, doubling in the design, or unique flaws that make them stand out to collectors. And when coin collectors get excited, the price skyrockets faster than a Black Friday TV deal. Now, this brings me to a personal story. A few years ago, I was cleaning out my old desk drawer. You know, that one where random keys, expired coupons, and spare change live rent-free. I found a stack of quarters and thought, why not check if any of these are worth more than gas money? Spoiler alert, none of them were. But I did learn how to spot rare coins, and let me tell you, it's like hunting for treasure. For the Saratoga quarter, the key detail to look for is in the reverse design, the one showing a sword being surrendered. On the error coins, there might be doubling or strange anomalies in the text or design. If you spot one, congratulations, you're holding a potential gold mine. Now, why is one of these coins currently valued at $1.2 million? Simple, rarity and demand. Collectors will pay top dollar for a coin that's both unique and in mint condition. Imagine being the only person at a party wearing a neon suit. Everyone wants to talk to you, right? That's the Saratoga error coin in the coin world. But here's the catch. Condition matters. Coins graded as MS65 or higher, that's mint state for you newbies, fetch the big bucks. So, if your Saratoga quarter has been jingling around with your car keys, you might need to temper your expectations. So, there you have it. The 2015 Saratoga D-Mint quarter isn't just a piece of pocket change. It could be the ticket to your dream vacation, a new car, or even early retirement. But before you start rating your change jar, remember, knowledge is power. Learn to spot these rare gems, take care of your coins, and who knows? Maybe you'll find the next $1 million treasure. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about coins worth money, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'll be sharing more insider tips, stories, and strategies to help you turn your spare change into serious cash. Don't miss out. Your next big discovery could be just a quarter away. Hey there, coin enthusiasts and accidental treasure hunters. Have you ever casually glanced at the coins jingling in your pocket and thought, nah, just pocket change? Well, think again. Because today, I'm going to tell you how one seemingly ordinary 2001 New York quarter with a tiny P mint mark could potentially be worth a jaw-dropping $1.3 million. Yep, you heard that right, $1.3 million. So before you go dropping quarters into vending machines or parking meters, stick around. That loose change might just be the jackpot you've been looking for. Now, let's get into it. First off, what's so special about the 2001 New York PE Mint Quarter? On the surface, it's just part of the U.S. Mint State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. They released these to honor each state, and honestly, most of them are worth, well, 25 cents. But here's the kicker. Not all quarters are created equal. The New York quarter has Lady Liberty on one side and a design highlighting the state on the other. But if you've got a sharp eye, you might spot a rare error that's turning heads and wallets among collectors. This particular quarter has a minting error, often referred to as a double die or a struck through grease error. In layman's terms, this means some parts of the coin's design are blurry, misaligned, or doubled. And collectors go absolutely bonkers for that kind of thing. Now, here's where things get wild. In early 2024, a collector paid $1.3 million at auction for one of these error coins. That's not just any loose change, that's life-changing money. So how do you know if you have one? First, check for the P Mint mark on the front. That indicates it was minted in Philadelphia. Next, grab a magnifying glass or even your phone camera and look for signs of doubling, particularly around the text or Lady Liberty's torch. If it looks off, you could be sitting on a gold mine, or rather, a quarter mine. But wait, let me tell you a quick story. A couple of months ago, I was cleaning out my car, the typical, "Why is there always one random fry under the seat?" situation. As I was scooping up coins, I spotted a New York quarter and thought, could this be one of those valuable ones? Spoiler alert, it wasn't. But that little moment sparked a hobby. Now I'm the proud owner of a coin collection that's worth, well, not $1.3 million, but it's getting there. So here's the moral of the story. Check your change. You never know what hidden treasures might be lurking in your pocket, car console, or even the couch cushions. A simple coin could be worth more than your car, house, or dare I say, your retirement fund. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the fascinating and surprisingly lucrative world of rare coins, hit that subscribe button and join our community of treasure hunters. Every week, we uncover tips, tricks, and stories about coins that are worth more than you'd ever imagine. Don't forget to like this video and drop a comment below if you've got a coin story of your own. Who knows? Maybe your next find will make it into one of our videos. Hey there, coin hunters and accidental treasure keepers. Imagine this. You're at the vending machine, craving a snack. You pop in a shiny 2015 quarter with a little D Mint mark, and out comes your chips. No big deal, right? Wrong. That quarter could have been worth $1.4 million. Yes, million with 6 zeros. Now, before you sprint to check the couch cushions or your car's cup holders, let's talk about this amazing piece of pocket change and why it's making headlines in the coin collecting world. Oh, and stick around, because at the end, I'll share a story about how I almost missed out on my own small fortune. Spoiler alert, it involves a very clueless teenager. Alright, let's get into the nitty-gritty of this pricey piece of metal. The 2015 D Mint mark quarter comes from the Denver Mint, one of the key facilities in the U.S. for making coins. Now, most quarters are worth, well, 25 cents. But this one is different. Why? Because of a rare error or variety, these specific coins have a unique defect, like a tiny artist's signature, but accidental. It could be a double die, a misplaced mint mark, or even a subtle misalignment in the design. These flaws drive coin collectors wild. Think of it as the coin version of a Picasso painting. It's one of a kind and super valuable. And how valuable are we talking? A specimen of this quarter recently sold for $1.4 million in a private auction. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that probably jingled around in someone's pocket for years just paid off someone's mortgage, bought their dream car, and left plenty for a lifetime supply of tacos. How can you tell if you have one of these golden, well, silver tickets? Look for the year 2015 on the front of the coin. Check the little D mint mark just below the motto. In God we trust. Grab a magnifying glass or your phone camera and examine it carefully for errors. Look for doubling on the letters or numbers, weird textures, or design quirks. And hey, if you don't know what you're looking for, don't panic. There are plenty of websites and coin experts who can help you out. Just don't start Googling rare quarters in public unless you want people thinking you're plotting a coin heist. Speaking of rare coins, let me tell you about the time I almost became a coin millionaire and didn't even know it. Picture this: teenage me working the drive-thru at a fast food joint. Someone paid for their burger with this weird-looking quarter. It was shinier than usual, and I remember thinking, "Ah, neat." Guess what I did? I tossed it into the till, thinking nothing of it. Years later, I got into coin collecting and realized that quarter was probably worth hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars. To this day, I cringe every time I hear the sound of a quarter dropping. Moral of the story? Never underestimate the power of spare change. What have we learned today? That vending machines are dangerous, fast food tills are treasure troves, and your pocket change could be life-changing. If you're sitting on a pile of coins right now, go through them. Who knows? You might be holding the next $1.4 million quarter. If you love this video and want to learn more about rare coins, how to spot them, and how to make money from the coins already in your collection, hit that subscribe button. I'll be dropping more tips, stories, and strategies to turn your piggy bank into a treasure chest. And hey, share this video with a friend, because who doesn't love the idea of finding hidden fortune in their pocket? You're sifting through your loose change, maybe looking for a vending machine, snack, or a parking meter quarter. Suddenly you stop. Your eyes catch a glimmer of something extraordinary. Could this unassuming coin be worth $1.5 million? Yes, you heard that right. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 2000p South Carolina quarter, the humble state quarter that could make you a millionaire. Buckle up, because this is a wild ride you don't want to miss. Alright, so let's break it down. The 2000p South Carolina quarter is part of the 50-state quarters program, launched by the U.S. Mint to celebrate each state's unique heritage. But what makes this quarter so special? Well, we're talking about a rare minting error, a misstep so unique that it skyrocketed this coin's value to $1.50 million. Now, before you rush to check your couch cushions, let me tell you exactly what you're looking for. The key here is the mint mark, specifically the P for the Philadelphia Mint. On most coins, this is just a tiny detail, but for the 2000p South Carolina quarter, a specific batch came out with a rare doubling error on the reverse design. Yep, those tiny details, like the palmetto tree, crescent moon, or even the letters, may look slightly doubled, as if they had a little too much coffee before being stamped. Here's where it gets crazy. These errors weren't caught early. So, some of these coins made it into circulation, blending in with the pocket change we use every day. A lucky few collectors discovered the mistake, and bam, the value shot through the roof. Today, a pristine version of this error coin was recently auctioned off for a whopping $1.50 million. Now, I have a funny story about this. A few months ago, I was helping my grandma clean out her attic. She had this old jar of coins, and I thought, hey, let's take a look. My heart stopped when I found a 2000p South Carolina quarter. I was already picturing myself lounging on a beach, sipping pina coladas, and living the millionaire life. But alas, no doubling error, just a plain old quarter. Still, the thrill of that moment? Priceless. It reminded me why coin hunting is so exciting. You never know what you'll find. So, how do you check if your quarter is worth a fortune? Grab a magnifying glass or use your phone's zoom feature to examine the details closely. Look for that doubling on the reverse side. If you find one, congrats! You've hit the jackpot. And even if you don't feel discouraged. Coin collecting is all about patience, persistence, and a little bit of luck. Alright, folks, let's recap. The 2000p South Carolina quarter could be your golden ticket, well, silver ticket, to financial freedom, thanks to a rare minting error. So, start checking those piggy banks, car cup holders, and yes, even grandma's attic. Who knows? The next millionaire coin could be right under your nose. Before you go, I've got one last request. If you found this video helpful, funny, or even mildly entertaining, hit that subscribe button. Join our community of coin lovers, treasure hunters, and dreamers. I'll be sharing more tips, tricks, and stories about coins worth money, so you can stay ahead of the game. Thanks for watching, and may your coin hunts be ever in your favor. You're digging through your change jar looking for laundry money, and boom! You find a 2002p Mississippi quarter. You shrug, toss it in your pocket, and move on. But what if I told you that very coin could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.6 million? Yeah, I'm not kidding. It's time to stop ignoring those quarters. Hey everyone, welcome back to Coins Worth Money, the channel where we turn your pocket change into life-changing treasure. I'm Alex, your friendly numismatic nerd, and today, we're diving into the story of the 2002p Mississippi quarter, what makes it so valuable, how you can spot one, and the insane amount collectors are willing to pay. Spoiler alert, you might want to start checking your coins after this. Alright, so here's the deal. The 2002p Mississippi quarter was part of the U.S. Mint State Quarters program, a super popular series that celebrated each state with unique designs. Mississippi's coin features two magnolia blossoms, the state flower. Pretty, right? But why is one of these quarters worth $1.6 million while others are just, well, quarters? Rarity. Back in 2002, a small batch of these Mississippi quarters minted in Philadelphia had a minting error, a die clash. That's fancy coin speak for the machine had a bad day and left some funky designs where they shouldn't be. The result? A coin that collectors are drooling over. Think of it like finding a Picasso painting hidden in your attic, except this Picasso is a quarter. Here's where it gets crazy. Most people didn't notice this error at first. Heck, I've probably spent a few of these quarters on coffee over the years. One time, I paid for a snack at a gas station with a pocket full of state quarters. Little did I know, I might have handed over a $1.6 million coin for a bag of chips. Painful, right? But hey, hindsight's 20/20. Okay, so how can you tell if you've got the Mississippi quarter? The mid-mark P under In God We Trust. A weird, ghost-like image overlapping the magnolia blossoms. Extra ridges or lines near the edges of the coin. Host grabs a magnifying glass dramatically. Now, don't go squinting at your quarters under the kitchen light like a mad scientist. Get yourself a decent magnifying glass or a loupe. Trust me, your eyes will thank you. So what's the current market value for this beauty? The most recent auction had one of these bad boys selling for, drumroll, please, $1.6 million. Yep, that's 6 zeros. Imagine trading a quarter for a mansion, a dream car, or even your kid's college tuition. Not bad for something you found in the couch cushions. So what's the moral of the story? Stop ignoring your spare change. Your next trip to the vending machine could turn into $1 million payday. And hey, even if you don't find a 2002p Mississippi quarter, learning about coins is a blast. It's like hunting for treasure, minus the pirates. Now, here's the deal. If you enjoyed this video, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a tip on coins worth money. We've got strategies, stories, and a ton of fun lined up to help you spot hidden treasures. Oh, and drop a comment below. What's the coolest coin you've ever found? I'd love to hear your stories. Alright, folks, until next time, keep flipping those coins and chasing those dreams. Who knows? Your next quarter might just be the golden ticket. Hey, coin lovers! Ever heard of a coin worth more than your car, or maybe even your house? Well, buckle up because today, we're talking about the 2003 P Mint Mark Main Quarter. Yep, the one you might have jingling in your pocket right now. Believe it or not, one of these bad boys sold for $1.7 million. That's right, a single quarter worth more than a Tesla Model S. Crazy, right? Stick around, because I'm going to break down what makes this coin so special, how to spot one, and why you might want to raid your old coin jars ASAP. Alright, so let's talk about the 2003 P Mint Main Quarter. This little guy was part of the U.S. Mint State Quarters program, a series that celebrated all 50 states. The Main Quarter features a beautiful design, a rocky coastline with a lighthouse and a schooner. Very New England vibes. But here's the thing, it's not just about the design. The $1.7 million coin we're talking about wasn't just any Main Quarter, it was a rare error coin. This coin became a legend because of a minting error. Errors happen when something goes wrong during the coin-making process, kind of like a typo, but for coins. In this case, the 2003 Main Quarter had a rare die clash error that gave it an unusual pattern on both sides. Collectors go absolutely nuts for errors like this. It's like finding a Picasso hidden in your attic. Plus, this particular coin was in nearly perfect condition, graded as MS69 by PCGS, one of the top coin grading services. For context, that's like getting a perfect score on your SATs, but for coins. Coins like this are 1 in a million, literally. Let me tell you a quick story. Last summer, I decided to clean out my junk drawer. You know, the one full of old receipts, expired coupons, and random coins. I found a 2003 Main Quarter and thought, what if this is the one? Spoiler alert, it wasn't. But I did find a wheat penny worth $5, so hey, not a total loss. It's kind of like playing the lottery. You never know when you'll hit the jackpot. And that thrill? Totally worth it. Now, you're probably wondering, what's the catch? Do all 2003 P Mint Main Quarters sell for $1.7 million? Sadly, no. Most of them are only worth, wait for it, 25 cents. But if yours has a rare error or is in mint condition, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Right now, a standard Main Quarter in circulated condition is worth face value, but a high-grade one can fetch anywhere from $5 to $50. And if you've got a rare error coin? The sky's the limit. Alright, so what did we learn today? First, check your change. You never know if you're holding a piece of history or a $1.7 million jackpot. Second, don't underestimate the power of an error coin. And third, cleaning out your junk drawer might be the most profitable thing you do all week. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about coins that could make you rich, hit that subscribe button. I post tips, tricks, and fun stories about valuable coins every week. Plus, who doesn't love a little treasure hunt? Let's make some money together, one coin at a time. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. You're at the grocery store, fumbling for change, and in your pocket sits a quarter worth almost $2 million. Yep, you heard that right. $1.9 million for a single 2014 P Main Quarter. Sounds like something out of a movie, doesn't it? But my friends, this isn't fiction. Today, We're diving deep into why this unassuming coin has turned everyday people into treasure hunters. Trust me, by the end of this video, you're going to be checking your change like your life depends on it.so. Let's set the stage. The 2014 P Main Quarter is part of the America the Beautiful series. Now, these coins are generally worth, well, 25 cents. But what makes this particular quarter so special that someone's willing to fork out nearly $2 million for it? It all boils down to a rare minting error. For those who aren't fluent in coin collector jargon, minting errors are like typos in a book, except they make the coin insanely valuable. In this case, the error has to do with a double die. Essentially, some of the coin's design features are duplicated due to a mistake during the minting process. Think of it like the coin version of wearing two pairs of glasses at once. Things get a little blurry. Now, here's where it gets juicy. This specific quarter, minted in Philadelphia, has a distinct doubling on the letters or design elements, making it a superstar in the coin collecting world. Only a few of these error coins are known to exist, which is why collectors are going absolutely bananas over it. Speaking of bananas, let me tell you a quick story. A few months ago, I was at my local farmer's market, and the cashier handed me a quarter as change. It looked a little off, like the design was shadowed. At first, I thought it was just my eyes, but being the coin nerd I am, I tucked it into my pocket instead of the tip jar. Long story short, it wasn't the $1.9 million quarter, but it was worth $75. Not bad for a little change, right? Okay, back to the big one. If you happen to have a 2014 P Main quarter, flip it over and check for any signs of doubling on the lettering or images. Even if it's not the Holy Grail, error coins can fetch thousands of dollars, depending on their condition. And if you think you got the real deal, get it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll confirm if you struck gold, or in this case, silver. Now, let's talk market value. Why is this coin worth so much? Coin collectors, especially those who are into error coins, are like art collectors. They'll pay top dollar for rarity and uniqueness. In 2024, one of these quarters sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $1.9 million. That's enough to buy a house, or like 7,600,000 actual quarters. Either way, it's life-changing money. So what's the takeaway here? That jar of spare change sitting on your dresser might just hold the key to your retirement. Next time you're sorting through your coins, take a closer look. That unassuming little quarter could be your ticket to a brand new life. And hey, even if you don't find the $1 million coin, you're bound to uncover something cool. Because let's face it, coin collecting is like a treasure hunt for grown-ups. Before you go, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and hit the bell icon. I've got plenty more tips on finding valuable coins, strategies for making the most of your collection, and stories from collectors who've hit the jackpot. Stick around, because who knows? The next coin in your pocket could be the one to change everything. Did you know you might be sitting on a small fortune and not even know it? I'm not talking about that mysterious inheritance from a long-lost uncle or a forgotten lottery ticket. Nope, I'm talking about the 2002 Tennessee quarter with a little P mid-mark. Sounds boring, right? Wrong. One of these bad boys recently fetched a whopping $1.8 million. Yes, you heard me right. A quarter, the kind you use to feed parking meters, worth enough to buy a mansion. Let's dive into why this seemingly ordinary coin is turning heads and emptying wallets. Spoiler alert, you might want to check the change jar on your dresser. So, what's the big deal about the 2002 Tennessee quarter? First, let's talk about the design. This quarter is part of the 50 State Quarters program, featuring a guitar, a fiddle, and a trumpet to celebrate Tennessee's rich musical heritage. Pretty cool, right? But that's not what makes it special. The real magic lies in the details, and when I say details, I mean the minting process. Now, here's where the plot thickens. Coins are like people. No two are ever truly the same. In the case of this quarter, a rare error occurred during production at the Philadelphia Mint, hence the P Mint mark. This mistake resulted in a unique variety that collectors drool over. Think of it as the coin equivalent of a unicorn. And collectors? They're willing to pay big bucks for a piece of that shiny magic. But how do you know if your Tennessee quarter is the one? First, grab a magnifying glass, or, if you're like me and can't find one, borrow your kid's science kit. Look closely at the coin's surface. Does anything seem off? Common signs include doubling in the lettering or musical instruments, or a weird halo effect around the details. If you spot any of these quirks, congrats, you might have hit the jackpot. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few months ago, I stumbled across an old jar of coins while cleaning out my attic. Among the dusty pennies and faded nickels, I found a Tennessee quarter. My heart skipped a beat. Could it be the $1.8 million dollar one? I examined it under every light source I could find, even brought in my dog for a second opinion. He wasn't much help. Unfortunately, it wasn't the rare one, but the thrill of the hunt was priceless. Plus, I ended up with $15 in loose change, which I promptly spent on coffee and donuts. That seemingly worthless quarter in your pocket could be your ticket to financial freedom, or at least a great story to tell at parties. The key is to stay curious, do your research, and have fun along the way. Who knew history, art, and a little bit of mystery could fit on a 25-cent piece? If you found this video helpful or, at the very least, mildly entertaining, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. I'll be diving into more hidden treasures in your pocket change, from wheat pennies to silver dimes, and even strategies to start your own coin collection. So what are you waiting for? Let's turn your couch cushions into cash together. Hey there, fellow coin lovers. Have you ever come across a coin, thought it was just a regular old piece of change, and then realized it's worth more than your entire collection combined? Well, today we're talking about a coin that might just have you running to your piggy bank. Yes, I'm talking about the 2017 P Mint Mark Ellis Island quarter. Hold on to your seats, because this one's worth a jaw-dropping $1.1 million. Yup, you heard that right, folks. A quarter, worth more than most cars, some houses, and maybe even a vacation to a tropical island, just not Ellis Island itself. Ironically, so grab a snack, sit back, and let's dive into the fascinating world of the 2017 P Mint Mark Ellis Island quarter. Trust me, you'll want to stick around for this one. Alright, first things first, what exactly is this Ellis Island quarter, and why is it so valuable? Let's break it down. In 2017, the U.S. Mint released a special series of quarters to honor national parks and historical sites. One of those was the Ellis Island quarter, which features an image of an immigrant family arriving at Ellis Island, where over 12 million immigrants passed through to start their new lives in America. The quarter's design is not only meaningful, but also beautifully captures the American immigrant experience. There's a small group of these quarters with a little mint mark that sets them apart from the rest. Normally, coins have a mint mark, a little letter, that tells you where they were made, Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But the 2017 Ellis Island quarter has a special mint mark, the P for Philadelphia. Now, most of these quarters are pretty common, but here's the kicker. Some of them have a rare error, and that's where the real magic happens. You see, a handful of these 2017 P Mint Mark Ellis Island quarters were released without the typical D Mint mark, which indicates Denver, and instead have an extra die flaw that gives the coin its unique look. This tiny, almost invisible mistake has caused these quarters to soar in value, so much so that one of them sold for $1.1 million at auction. Can you imagine finding a coin like that in your spare change? But wait, before you start searching under your couch cushions, let's talk about how you can spot one of these gems. First, let's make one thing clear. Not every 2017 Ellis Island quarter is worth a fortune. Sorry to break it to you, but only those with the special minting error can fetch such an insane price. And no, it's not as simple as finding a P mint mark and hoping for the best odd. If you happen to find a 2017 P quarter, take a moment to inspect it carefully. Look for the double die error. That's when the die used to stamp the coin has some kind of flaw, causing the design to appear blurry or duplicated in places. It's a small flaw that could be worth big bucks if you find the right one. Now, I know what you're thinking. How likely is it that I'll find one of these? Honestly, the chances are slim, but that doesn't mean you should give up hope. In fact, this story reminds me of a time when I was going through my spare change looking for something interesting. One day, I found an old, worn penny that looked like it had been through a war. I tossed it aside, not thinking much of it, but then I did some research and realized it was a 1943 copper penny, a coin worth hundreds of dollars. Long story short, I ended up selling it for a pretty nice chunk of change. Moral of the story? You never know what might be sitting in your pocket. So, if you happen to stumble upon a 2017 Ellis Island quarter, do yourself a favor and get it professionally graded. This could be your ticket to a windfall. Just make sure to do your research, because not every coin is a gold mine. Alright, so before you go off to scour your coin jar or raid your local convenience store for change, let's recap. The 2017 P Mint Mark Ellis Island quarter could be worth up to $1.1 million if it has the special error. So, check your quarters, check your change, and don't miss out on that 1 in a million find. And remember, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, so who knows what you might uncover next. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because I've got plenty more tips and tricks to share with you on how to spot valuable coins. Who knows?